All right, we said we would go live at 4:52. Here it is, 4:52 on a Friday, and we are going live with you. We'll let some folks get in. We never know when we're going to be around on Fridays. We've got high school football tonight. Ropes Eagles taking on the Tohoka Bulldogs down south, but we got to get in and spend some time with you so we can get our Texas Tech official score prediction in. That's right, using advanced math, analytics, sure, and a goat. We're talking to Stan Fita today. All right, so we'll let some folks get in. You guys know what to do. The early arrivals, you give us thumbs up, you give us hearts, you let us know the audio and the video is good. Then we get on down the road from there. So we'll allow a few more folks to get in. It's going to be a real quick show today. As I said, we've got to get down for some high school football. So we'll give you our thoughts on the game, what we think is going to happen tomorrow. There's some interesting movement out in the desert right now regarding this line. We'll tell you what we think that means as well. You use the United Supermarkets text line. If you are on Facebook, if you're on Facebook Live, you can use the normal communication device, which is you sitting there trying not to autocorrect. But if you're on Twitter, if you are on YouTube, use the United Supermarkets text line. Even though it's a road game, you can tailgate at home. They'll handle all of your tailgating needs. 806-772-0197. All right. I think we're getting enough folks in here as we go along early this afternoon to get this train on down the track. In 3, in 2. Good afternoon, West Texans, all you good, fine, friendly folks out there who wish you were. I'm Ryan Hyatt, theraiderland.com, the website. You start your day every day there. You can tell us, like today, the most Texan thing you've done this week. Hopefully you've done something very Texan. We're looking for your Tech and West Virginia score predictions, as always, on a Friday. And then whatever else, we're not going to go very long. It's going to be about 5 or 6 minutes tonight. So you better fire away. You better get in quick. You got something to say. You got questions to ask. Let's do it and let's make it happen. Indeed, the talking box is on. Product placement, not bad. Simultaneous sip with you guys. David, where are the Antelopes of Abernathy headed today? If you're with us right now, that means it's probably a home game right now. 35-17, the prediction from David. Very close to what I'm going to issue today. As I said, we've run the numbers, we've crunched it, we've done advanced analytics. I've talked to the analytics people, and we've gotten analytical about it. I got a magic 8-ball. I did some math. I looked some math on this thing and how it's going to play out. And then I asked a goat. I got a hold of Stan Fajita, the world's fastest goat. You may remember Stan Fajita from about 11 years or so ago. After a great run in the show ring, he got into odds making, and last we heard he was living well, doing well in Las Vegas. And I talked to Stan Fajita about it, and he had some strong thoughts on it. So you go with the GOAT. You go with the fastest GOAT in the world. You go with Stan Fajita. 38-21, says Mark. Homecoming versus Mulliso. The Mullets in town tonight. First off, the line is showing some movement. We have some 5.5s populating right now. Some at a couple of places I respect. The two I respect the most, Circa and South Point, are still hanging a 6. But consensus 5.5. That tells me that somebody thinks that Green's going to play at quarterback, that it's not going to be Nico Marcole. Hey, Nico, you got to go play quarterback. I don't want to play quarterback. You got to go play quarterback, okay? Okay. That makes me think that it's going to be Green, that at least Green will give it a go. It doesn't really fundamentally alter what West Virginia wants to do. They want to run the football. They want to shorten the game. They want to limit possessions. Neil Brown is about as far away from the air raid these days as you can get with the emphasis on the run game. What does that mean? It shortens the game. It's going to limit possessions. We also have a little bit of a chance for weather tomorrow during the window of the game. A little windy, anywhere from 25 to 50% chance of rain here and there. The rain won't matter. The wind would. If it gets above, say, if we start getting about 20-mile-an-hour winds, then you can affect some scoring. Obviously, field goals come into play. I don't think it'll hurt the passing too much, but you could lose a field goal here and there if that wind is a factor. I don't think we're going to be dealing with it. I think the biggest thing we're dealing with is West Virginia trying to shorten possessions on this game. That's what they want to do. They want to keep Texas Tech limited possessions in the hopes that Tyler Shuck will make a mistake or two and they can catch a break. And, if you have one or two turnovers but fewer possessions, obviously that looms larger. I think Tech gets near their point average, line on the D to hold West Virginia down. Yeah. I think Texas Tech is going to be really balanced tomorrow. I think they're going to do everything they can to put Tyler Shuck in a position to be successful, which means continue to establish Taj Brooks in the running game, utilize the play action passing. I don't think you'll see him running. In fact, I think West Virginia will try to take away some of those running lanes, and you see some. I won't be surprised if we see some odd fronts up there and force Texas Tech to block it man-to-man on the front. So I expect Brooks, I expect Tharp and the tight ends to play a big role. You get Baylor cut back this week. They mentioned that Monday. You feature the run game, you feature the tight ends, you give him a lot of opportunities to get in rhythm. I don't think we've seen Tyler Shuck really, to me, play in rhythm yet this year. I think they're desperate to get that going and get that going this weekend against West Virginia. Again, on a day where West Virginia, I think, is going to try to bleed clock. So Texas Tech has to guard against, I think, playing too hurried. And that's a little bit what happened, I think, at Wyoming. West Virginia is looking at the Wyoming tape going, we got to do that. We've got to bleed clock. And we got to make Tech feel desperate every time they get the ball. Tech can't feel desperate every time they get the ball. You can't do that. I'm not too worried about this defense. I think this defense will give you more than an opportunity to win this game if you're Texas Tech. Indeed, the talking box is on, but not for very long. Not for very long, Craig. We're about to give our score prediction using analytics, advanced math, and Stan Vita, the world's fastest goat and odds maker. Go with the goat. Win with the goat. I got a hold of Stan Vita. He told me what he thought about this. So Texas Tech needs to play with tempo. They need to play in rhythm, but they don't need to play out of control. Yeah, you'd love to get some turnovers. It's probably going to have to be fumbles because I don't think Neil Brown's going to put his quarterbacks in a position to throw the ball a whole lot. It's we talked about yesterday getting home with the rush, getting the quarterback. That means they've got to throw the ball. I don't think they're going to open it up and throw it that much. So you're going to be looking at your linebackers. You're going to be looking at guys like Ben Roberts. Somebody's going to have to lay the lumber, and you're going to have to maybe get a fumble or two forced and pick it up that way. So where do we end up with all of this? What do we think happens? I think it'll be a fairly comfortable game when it's all said and done. I like Texas Tech 30-19 in this game. And anytime you're holding anybody who has a legitimate football team, and West Virginia is legitimate, under 20 points, that's a great day by the defense. You get your points, you get a couple of field goals. yes. And you go get you about a 30-19 win. You cover fairly easily. I think this will be a game that Texas Tech controls from start to finish, that you'll never really feel like this game is in doubt. And it'll be over, and it'll be a very workmanlike performance. A very punch the time clock, go get a road win, go do what you got to do, get Shuck feeling good. 100% there will be drinking at West Virginia. They're drinking right now. It's Hell Week in Amarillo, Sandies and Rebels. Go Rebels. Had to move the cool Civil War era cannon off the front line at Tascosa back in the day because the Hellions from Amarillo High would come over there and desecrate it. So they finally had to put it there in the foyer by the cafeteria there at Tascosa. So that's my pick. I'm going Texas Tech 30-19. I think Shuck will have a productive day. I don't think it'll end up being just a knock your socks off 425 yards passing type day. I think it'll be productive. I do think, and I'll caution now, West Virginia is going to try to ugly it up. And again, when we talk about trying to play with some pace and get into some rhythm, they're going to do everything they can to keep you from doing that. Don't give in to that if you're Texas Tech. Don't allow yourself to fall asleep the way you did at Wyoming when they did not abandon their run game. They did not abandon their long drives, even though they got down big to you early. They stayed with the game plan. I'm telling you, Neil Brown has watched that over and over and has told his team, we can do that, but we don't have to get down 17-0. We can do what Wyoming did. That's what he's telling them. Texas Tech has to stop them. 30-19. We'll see what happens. All right, you guys can give me your score predictions if you want to. What do you got for me? You can use the United Supermarkets text line 806-772-0197 as we're getting ready to hop in the truck and head on down south, taking some high school football tonight. Hi there, Celia. We're brought to you in part by the good people at Pete's Tire Service in Ropesville, Texas. Roadside assistance all around the South Plains. You need Pete's Tire Service right there on your phone at all times. And my man Kyle Rogers at Remax Realty, he's our realtor in Raiderland. He can sell you a house. He can buy you a house. In fact, he just got elected to some sort of highfalutin board that's like for really good realtors. And the realtors said he's a really good realtor. So we're going to let Kyle Rogers. I mean, what more endorsement is there than that? I don't know. I do not know. So, yeah, buy a house, sell a house, get a hold of our man, Kyle Rogers. I guess I don't know where Friendship is tonight. Sometimes he's over there with Friendship, doing stuff with them on a game night, so I have no idea where our man Kyle is this evening. Val going to go 27-20 Tech. That would be a cover at this moment and probably would be a cover no matter what. I am still waiting. Nothing has changed in the last 15 minutes. We did have one in the last 20 minutes take it down from 6 to 5.5. I'm still waiting on the two books, Circa and South Point. South Point doesn't move juice, so they move in numbers. So they would be one of the last ones to move it down. Again, what I think this is telling me is that there are a lot of people that think QB1 Green is going to play for West Virginia, and that has given them some confidence that West Virginia might be able to make this under a touchdown type game. We'll see. We'll see what it looks like later on. By tonight and where we wake up in the morning. Yeah. Well, I know he's the announcer, but I don't know if they're there tonight or where they're playing. I don't know if he's announcing or just watching or what he's doing. All right. We've enjoyed it. That's our prediction. We're sticking to it. We thank Stan Fajita, the world's fastest goat, for letting us pick his brain on this one and see what he thought. We hope that you appreciate the advanced analytics that we have brought to bear on this. The entire pick brought to you by Advanced Math and Analytics. If it's wrong, it was not me. It was the analytics. I looked at the analytics, and that's what it said, 30-19. So it's analytics. It's analytical. All right? Oh, yeah, we got to end the stream for our YouTube and our Twitter fans. End stream, yes. Yes.